As you're probably aware by now, President Joe Biden has pledged his support for electric vehicles. However, his support is largely reserved for unionized US automakers rather than US automakers that have already proven successful with EVs. Is this a good strategy? Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to the channel to all you new subscribers. Great to have you here. Welcome back to everyone else. So, big shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you for supporting the channel and making this channel possible. If you'd like to support the channel, I'll put a link in the description below to our Patreon account. Now, since President Joe Biden has been in office, he has failed to mention Tesla or Elon Musk. I'm not saying he should have, just letting you know what's happened so far. Now, in addition, he has ignored SpaceX. With that said, Biden can choose to do and say whatever he wants to say. Now, that said, also, I think Biden actually has the union vote. I think has the Michigan vote. So I don't think not mentioning Tesla makes sense. I think if he already has that vote, then it doesn't really add up that he would not mention or let Tesla be involved to some degree in their meetings. I personally don't agree with that. Now, he can dislike Tesla or Musk for whatever reasons, and that's just fine. However, his failure to do so much as even acknowledge Tesla as existing is bothering a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, as well as Tesla fans and foes. Now, Inside EV says that it was understood that if Biden's EV tax credit passed, it would give extra incentives to automakers that are unionized. Now, many people disagreed with that. The president stuck to it though. People, including Musk, took notice and called Biden out for the union credit. While the EV credit situation was seen as problematic to many, it appeared people were more upset about the fact that Biden was essentially lying to Americans through his silence. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jim Farley and Mary Barra have both claimed over the last few months, Jim Farley just yesterday, Mary Barra a few months ago, that they are both leading the electric revolution. They both claim that they're in pole position, and obviously that's just fanciful dreams. It's like going on a dream like Alice in Wonderland and thinking it's reality. Now, I think Americans are smart enough to see through this. Most know full well at this point that Tesla is the leader in electric vehicles in the US, whether they support the company or not. But I do think that some don't. I think there's quite a few brand fans that wouldn't be aware of the statistics and probably would genuinely believe once they hear Ford and General Motors claim that they're leading, and when they hear Joe Biden saying that General Motors is leading, that is the case.
Folks, I'm here today, the chairman of the board of General Motors.
Mr. President, we are so happy to announce that we would invest $7 billion in the state of Michigan to further our EV manufacturing, as well as bring our third battery cell plant to the United States.
So it is potentially misleading people to some degree. More recently, the situation took a turn for the worse when Biden planned another meeting with Mary Barra and Ford CEO Jim Farley, among others. This is at least the second of these meetings, and again, Tesla wasn't invited or present. Not only was Tesla not present, but Tesla wasn't mentioned. Again, on the same day as the Biden meeting, Tesla released its 2021 Q4 and full year update. And it also hosted its quarterly earnings call. The report proved that Tesla achieved really impressive success amid a COVID-19 pandemic and a chip shortage. Meanwhile, most rival automakers struggled and underperformed. Now, obviously, for those of you who don't know, Tesla sold more than 300,000 electric vehicles in the fourth quarter of the year, giving them a total of over 930,000 for the previous 12 months. In addition to that, I just reported in another video, I'll put a link in the description below to that video, of Tesla's sales in Europe, where they actually led all car sales, period, regardless of engine or combustion type, in the month of December. They sold 27,400 electric cars in December, which was more than any other single model in all of Europe combined, 28 different countries combined put together. Now, later on the same day, President Biden tweeted out a video once again voicing his praise for General Motors and Mary Barra. I'm not sure how Ford felt about that, but anyway, Musk, who hasn't said too much about the situation lately, replied with the following tweet. He said, starts with a T, ends with an A, ESL in the middle. Now, Inside EV says this. The tweet says it all. Musk seems to have finally had it, and now he's been on another tweeting tear. What say you? How much impact will this have on Biden? Should Musk keep his mouth shut and stay out of politics. I think, you know what, telling Musk what to do or what not to do is completely pointless. The guy is the richest man on the planet. And yeah, if you were the richest person on the planet and you felt like you were being shunned by the President of the United States, you'd probably have some kind of reaction as well. I think that's pretty normal. But ultimately, I think the smart play here, in my view, from Joe Biden would be to say, you know what? Yeah, of course, we recognize Tesla. Great work to you guys as well. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt them. You know what? There are a lot of Tesla fans in the United States. They vote as well. And Joe Biden, he does already have the union vote. He's already got the union vote. I think that's already sewn up. So he's not going to lose that by saying, sure, yep, good work, Tesla. Great job to you guys. And I think that would just be a nice thing to do. But ultimately, really, will that happen? I don't think it will. Now, personally, I don't really care about Elon's feelings. Elon's feelings, they don't mean that much, to be honest. But I do think that the people that work at Tesla have feelings as well. And there's tens of thousands of them. There's potentially hundreds of thousands of people indirectly employed by Tesla. Believe it or not, that's how the automotive industry works. And seeing as Tesla does make the most American-made cars, 3 of them, in fact, of the top 10 in America, what does that mean? Well, that means that a lot of parts are made in America for American cars that go into Tesla vehicles. In other words, there's got to be at least 50,000 people directly or indirectly employed by Tesla in the United States. And those numbers are going to just increase once Tesla starts to, sell and ramp up its factory in Lathrop, and also its factory in Texas, and also its factory in Fremont, and its factory in Nevada, and its factory in New York. And those factories, they're just going to continue to hire more and more people over the coming years. So I think by, potentially alienating the people there and by not giving them credit, those people probably want to feel some kind of credit as well for the work that they do, then that's not a smart move. But that's just my view. I'm not saying I disagree or agree, really. That's my take on that. Really, ultimately, the truth here is that I think Joe Biden actually is pushing General Motors and Ford into electrifying their car companies because he probably has some awareness of the fact that they could go bankrupt unless they dramatically speed up their shift to EVs. And if that's the case, which I suspect it is, then that's actually a good move on his part. And I've mentioned this before. I think he's playing a little game with GM and Ford, playing maybe some mind games by saying to them, you're leading, and then putting them under pressure to actually follow through with that and, give some sort of evidence that they are leading. I don't think there's any point in which Ford or GM will ever lead in EVs in the United States. I think that game is over. It doesn't matter. The point here is, let's get Ford and General Motors to transfer all their cars to electric as soon as possible. It means we've got 2 healthy automotive companies. It means people in the United States are driving around in EVs. It's all a win-win for everyone. And maybe that's the game he's playing. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this latest move? Should Tesla have been invited to this meeting? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.